All right, so these are going to be the 12 steps that we're going to cover. I'm likely going to cover a couple extra ones. There's about 14 skills here for chapter 1 that they've outlined. And we're just going to spend a little bit of time going over them. Oops. Close the wrong screen. So yeah, let's get after it. All right, so first and foremost within this, I just opened up PowerPoint here. From this, we need to be able to open, view, and save presentations. We can open other presentations here, and we can literally go find, previously, we can go find one of our course examples if we wanted to. You could also go ahead and choose from a blank template here, or a template that's already made. You could actually go into suggested templates as well. So if you're looking for a presentation one, you can find some additional ones here as well. So if you don't want just the very generic default ones, I mean, there are tons of pre-made ones. This is a super simple feature that allows you to make your presentations look that much different than your peers. If you're still using Google Presentation, like at the very least, consider something like this just for the layout, right? Boom. Now I click create. Boom. Now I have this whole new template that's available here as well, right? I can click on all of my different slides. We can edit and replace text. Again, these are text placeholders here. Medical jobs, right? We can go ahead and add that. So I can go ahead and add my name there too, right? We can do our find and replace. We have find, we have replace. We can even replace fonts, right? So any time that we find Arial, the font face there, we could maybe change it with Arial Black. And now if we were to actually have Arial and Arial Black in here, it would change. So let's see here. This is Franklin Gothic, right? So if I actually do find and replace Franklin Gothic medium with, I don't know, Arial rounded, find and replace. Now we went ahead and we can replace all of the font faces within the document. This is important that if you're creating a template for branding purposes for your organization or your enterprise, right? Most of the time you're going to have two paired fonts together that are going to be set by the branding style guide that your company has set. You can easily change it that way. We can go in and we can format our slides. We can format the layout. So there are a lot of different types of layouts as well. So if you want a title and content, two contents, a comparison, a title only, there's tons of these pre-made ones. You can actually go in and make your own templates for how your slide will be formatted as well. That'll be something that I can show you in the future, right? We can also go in and change our text, right? We just need to highlight it. We can go in and statistically, or not statistically, but we can actually go in and change it however that we need to. Just like we did with Microsoft Word, right? We can make all of these simple changes. We can go up here to insert, and then under new slide, we have a bunch here, right? Again, we have all of those ones that we've previously had. We could do content with caption. Here's a special way. This is already identified as a placeholder for you. So if you need to add a data table, a chart, smart art, pictures, online pictures, or a video, you can actually go into Excel and you can copy charts out of Excel and paste them into PowerPoint. And all you have to do is if your Excel chart updates, it will automatically update. You can set it for automatic updates in PowerPoint. So if you change anything in your spreadsheets, it will automatically update on your presentation, which is really, really helpful. If you really want to go in and really change some of this material, if you go into View, and then you can go into Slide Master, and this is in a later chapter, but this is where you can go and you can make a lot of changes. So if I wanted to insert a new layout, so say I wanted to go in and now I want different placeholders. So I want a text placeholder. That goes here. And then I also then want in here, I want to have a place for a chart. All right, so it's going to span here. My chart needs to specifically go here. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a little content area that then falls right under here. All right, and so maybe I can just delete some of this. This is just placeholder text right now, but so now I just went ahead and created a new template specifically for my material. I can now go into close my master view, and now from underneath my layouts, I can go ahead. Where'd my new one go? Oh, custom layout right here. So boom, now I have a brand new custom layout that I've already just made within 30 seconds, right? Really easy. Spell check inside of here, really easy, F7. You can also just go to your review here, your review tab. You have spelling, you have thesaurus, you have translate, you have different languages. So if you want a proof in a different language, that's really helpful. Again, we've talked about pictures in previous units, but again, like here's a picture. Let's see here. Do we have any pictures? We'll use the golden crab. Right? So there's a picture. There's my golden crab. We have all of the same picture tools that we had in Microsoft Word. So if you want to go in and add some of those effects, right? Should be nothing new to you there. Organized slide in the slide sorter view, right? If you look down here at the bottom, we have a few different views. This is our slide sorter, right? So here we can kind of see a little bit more blown out. And all you need to do is if you're dragging slides this way, right? It's just another way to be able to reorganize your slides. The other one that you have is your reading view. So it's kind of like a presentation view, but not quite. And if I go ahead and actually switch over to the last one, it is presentation view, right? F5 gets you into presentation. And again, this kind of goes through and you know how to go through a presentation, right? If you want to go ahead and add transitions, again, right down here on the bottom right of this slide, you can see that there is a transition. And if you're in slide sorter, you can actually click on them and see the transition that's there. If you want to edit the transitions, you can go to the transitions tab. You can go ahead and now see it, how it works there, right? You can do random bars. You can do shape. You can do blinds. Like there's tons of different options here. A lot more features available here than with Google Presentation. So you can go into view here too. There's a couple other views that I would like for you to know. This is normal, right? So that all of your slides show up here on the left-hand side. You have your view outline. This will actually show content here. This allows you to work on slides that aren't visible currently on your screen, right? So if I was working on, say, slide 11, right, I could actually go in and title font, and like now I can tab in. This is cheese. This is a doggy. Woof, woof, bark, bark, you know, whatever. Okay. So I can actually type in over here on this view and it will now show up on my slide. It's just, again, another easy way to do this. We have our slide sorter, which I just showed you. We also have our notes pages. This is really helpful if any of you like to print out your presentations, or when you get to college and some of your professors will maybe have like 100 to 200 slide presentations. I used to like to print them out so that way I could take dedicated notes down here in this section. When I'm making PowerPoints, and I'm giving presentations, I like to go ahead and show my note section here. And this is actually where I will type my full script. So if I'm presenting at a conference and I want to make sure that I'm hitting specific items, I will put my full notes down here. And so then when I go into this type of section here, I can have my full script with all my bullet points to make sure that I hit. Because there's nothing worse than presenting at a conference and messing up, right? So I do like to do this. And what you can do actually, if you go up to File and then Print, right? We have some additional options here. We can print all slides, or we can print like custom ranges. We can do full page slides, or if you really want to, you can do slides with horizontal, right? So it'll actually print 9 if you want them on both sides of the sheet of paper. You can do that, right? We can go ahead and pick some of these as well. So if you want them horizontal, if you wanted to print it in an outline view, to where then it just does all your bullet points for you, you can actually set that. Here, let me show you what this looks like. So here is print the outline view. If you want your vertical slides, we'll actually be able to go ahead and turn on the notes here too. So if you wanted to add a note section for each of these, you could do that as well. If you want it landscape instead so that they're a little bit bigger, that's probably smart. We can edit the header and footer in our print view here as well. You can go ahead and you can put them on each slide as well. You can put slide numbers on there. You can add a footer. Obviously, if you really want to, you can just go into insert header and footer, just like we've previously done in Word and Excel, right? Let's see here. We can move and delete them. We've shown you that. The only other thing that we haven't really covered is under your design tab here. You can actually change the size of your slides. 16 by 9 is what is considered the aspect ratio for all monitors right now. But if you're working with a company that has outdated equipment and you want to make sure that this version of PowerPoint is backwards compatible to previous versions, you would likely go ahead and switch it to 4:3, right? So some of your TVs at home may still be 4:3. It's not as accepted anymore. Most of us are all on widescreen style monitors or TVs, but just know that there are different types of layouts available. Are there any questions? Those are all 14 skills out of chapter 1. You do have available on Google Classroom already. You have the matching, skills review, and skills assessment 1 and 2 available to you. I'm guessing there's going to be a handful of you that can probably finish before the end of class today. I will give you all of class tomorrow as well, and we'll consider starting chapter 2 probably Thursday. Okay? Again, this is now our 3rd iteration of going through this. Like chapter 1 should be pretty easy. Chapter 2 gets a little bit more complex. 3 and 4 get a little bit more complex on that, right? So if it takes us 1 day to do chapter 1, it maybe takes us 2 to do 2, 3 to do 3, maybe 4 to do 4. We'll see, okay? All right, let me know if you have questions. I'll be coming around. And if you'd like some beats, let me know what you want to listen